On Worcester News tonight, a shocking message inside a local fast food restaurant. See what customers have to say. Plus, making their voices heard, hundreds of students across central Massachusetts walk out of school protesting gun violence. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Brittany Schaefer. We begin tonight in Worcester, where a fast food restaurant is receiving criticism after a sign about overdoses is posted inside. The Burger King on Madison Street has become one of the city's worst spots for overdoses, but customers say the sign is uncalled for. Our Jennifer Zarate has the details.
Like, why is that even advertised at a Burger King?
Are you kidding me? I just was shocked that a place of business and establishment would be so heartless.
It's the reactions from some customers at the Burger King in Worcester's Kelly Square after seeing this sign behind the register. District 2 City Councilor Candy Merrill Carlson says the city first learned of the sign from a Twitter post.
So immediately the city manager's office, the crisis intervention team, along with Worcester PD, went down there and asked them to remove that sign.
Worcester police reported 9 overdose incidents between September 1st of 2016 and September 1st of 2017 at the Burger King.
I've seen probably about 3 people come in and out of the bathroom, and then after they come out of the bathroom, they're sleeping.
A couple years back, I personally was here and I found a needle in the bathroom. They put up a sign and now it's monitored under camera and they have to buzz people in and out.
Merrill Carlson says they were told by management an employee put the sign up.
I mean, this is something that is incredibly insensitive given the fact that we have a crisis.
According to Webster police statistics, the city saw 1,251 drug overdoses in the same year-long period.
Saying you can have one overdose at this establishment, like that's pretty much telling someone that they can overdose in the Burger King and it's going to be all right. It's not something to joke about. So,
over the next several weeks, Merrill Carlson says the city will be working with the Madison Street Burger King to see if they're facing issues and to see if they could provide intervention. Jennifer Zarate, Worcester News Tonight.
Thank you, Jenny. And we are now told the sign has been taken down. A longtime teacher at David Prouty High School died unexpectedly Tuesday. 64-year-old Philip DeLongchamp suffered a sudden medical emergency and died at UMass Memorial, according to his obituary. Today, his former and current students are mourning the beloved teacher's death. One former student sharing this video at his tombstone, where DeLongchamp had told him he would be buried alongside other family members. Video tough to hear, but Carter Bemis says he promised to eat lunch with him soon, so he brought pizza. Bemis says he touched the lives of every student lucky enough to have him as an educator. The community now signing a petition to rename the town's middle school DeLongchamp Memorial. In just 24 hours, the petition has close to its 5,000 signature goal. Wednesday marked 1 month since the mass shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. Students walked out for 17 minutes, one for each of the Parkland victims. In Sutton, dozens of students participated in the national walkout. Our Rosalind Flaherty has the story.
Dozens of students from Sutton High School walk out of school together Wednesday looking to make a difference. The demonstration comes exactly 1 month after a gunman killed 17 people at a Florida high school.
It's gotten to a point where we as students have watched, and we've watched adults and the government, and they haven't done the change that we feel will keep us safe.
Carol Afrin was 14, a freshman and an Irish step dancer.
Students read off the names of the victims. Their plan was to stand outside the school for 17 minutes to protest gun violence. Seniors Ali Zuliani and Maddie Murray organized the walkout and say it doesn't matter what a student's beliefs are on stricter gun laws.
You can still walk out today and support change to feel safe in school and support the kids in Parkland.
Sutton joined thousands of other students from across the country in National School Walkout Day. Sutton's organizers say they were surprised by how many students participated.
We've been going around for the past couple of weeks trying to rally our fellow students, and it was really good to see everybody come out. All people with different beliefs, Republicans, Democrats, it doesn't matter.
They think this walkout will make a difference because it gets people to start and continue an important conversation.
We can't let our path to change stop here. We need to keep on our government officials. We need to keep talking.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
And over in Webster, students at Bartlett High School also standing up against gun violence. As our Anna Botari explained, the students signed a pledge to show their support for one another.
Bartlett High School takes a stand Tuesday against gun violence. Student leaders organized the walkout. Along with schools around the nation, they walked out of class at 10 a.m. heading for the gym because the school's fields were covered in snow. There, students were able to sign a pledge.
Mostly saying that we support everybody, that we include all races, ethnicities, we don't discriminate here. Not as much support on a political standpoint, more how we're just all here for each other.
Students also held a moment of silence for the victims of school shootings. Principal Steve Knowlton says he and his staff are supporting the initiative and are proud to see students working together to communicate a message to the school and the community.
It's a pledge for our kids to come together, mutually respecting all people, ethnically, racially, all human differences, and working together collectively as a community to put school safety and our community as a common goal for all of us here at Bartlett High School.
Student leaders say coming together to bring awareness is important to try and stop incidents of school violence from happening again.
I mean, this isn't going to be forgotten. After every single one of these tragedies, you have 2 weeks of, remember, thoughts and prayers, and then just fades off. This time, though, it's different.
Webster's superintendent of schools tweeting out this photo today. These yellow bracelets were given to all students and staff. It's part of a district-wide initiative to spread kindness and to speak up if something isn't right. In the newsroom, I'm Anna Botari, Worcester News Tonight.
Thank you, Anna. Many people spending the day Wednesday cleaning up the mess left behind from Tuesday's storm. For people like Rick Govin, they had to clean out to get back to work. According to the National Weather Service, Worcester saw 20 inches of snow. Govin says the snow was light and fluffy when it fell, but it's heavier a day later.
Too much every week, kind of heavy today. It's wet, and we're just trying to get it cleaned up.
In Worcester, about 350 pieces of equipment worked to plow more than 500 miles of roadway. Uxbridge was one of the hardest hit towns in central Massachusetts with more than 2 feet of snow. And as our Chandler Walsh explains, the area remains in cleanup mode after another nor'easter, but some residents say they're ready for spring.
The National Weather Service says nearly 28 inches of snow dropped on Uxbridge. It's the highest snow total for central Mass yesterday, and it's definitely been a day of digging out and cleaning up for residents.
Matt Gogan shovels out his home in Uxbridge. He started after a 30-hour shift clearing snow in another town.
Just one of those snowstorms that just kept going and going and going. It's like, is it ever going to end?
Residents say they knew the storm would bring significant snow, but they say they didn't expect more than 2 feet.
I was surprised until I came home and had to shovel it.
Uxbridge Fire Chief Bill Kessler says the department hasn't gotten many snow-related calls. Despite the snow totals, he says the town is already running smoothly.
What was really impressive was the lack of cars on the street. People stayed home, which allowed the highway crews to get out and keep roads as clear as they could.
Chief Kessler reminds residents to clear around hydrants on their property while digging out. He says blocked hydrants can delay an emergency fire response.
With the snow like this, we don't have a big staff on during the day, so we can't get out and clear all the hydrants.
It didn't take long for Bob Broder to clear around his house thanks to his plow. He spent a little time helping neighbors plowing their driveways too.
I did a couple on the way home. I seen a couple of people out there. Still had a lot of snow to go, so I just told them I'd push the heavy end on the on the end of the driveway.
While residents shovel out from their third March nor'easter, they say it's too much snow for this time of year.
5 years ago, I planted my garden, some of my garden on St. Patrick's Day. I'm not going to do it this year.
Some residents I spoke to say they're looking forward to spring. They're going to have to wait for all of these snow piles to melt. In Uxbridge, Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
Thanks, Chandler. Worcester Polytechnic Institute getting creative with the snow. WPI tweeting this video of a full-size and structurally sound igloo built by students. The inside equipped with a table and miniature snowman. WPI says, what else would WPI students do with almost 2 feet of snow on the quad?